For today, I would like to continue our work from Tuesday. So can we sing through the first measures from the second section? Can we start at measure 70 with the piano accompaniment and then come in at 71 and sing through till 78? And when we do this, can we look for rhythmic textures and repeated themes and maybe some part doublings? And can we have a kind of an idea of how it differs from the first section we worked on Tuesday? What things did you notice that were different? Different from the first section we worked on Tuesday. You know, the first section we worked on Tuesday was legato, more connected. Were there any differences in that kind of feel? Taylor?
I thought it was more lively.
Okay.
I think you're right. It could have more articulation than the legato line that we felt with the solo piece on Tuesday.
I think the obvious difference is that the Tuesday part we worked on was a solo, and this is a choral part. Mm-hmm. So there's all these moving lines working together, so we have to figure out how they work together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm really glad that you brought that up. Because if you look at it, it's definitely, the basses kind of continue with their own set of patterns, but then the tiering of the parts, when the sopranos come in and the altos come in and the tenors come in, it's kind of got this linear movement with that buoyancy. So, what was I going to say? So can we sing through that with the idea that each part is more linear, but have that same buoyancy? Yeah.
Same part?
Yes, sorry, at measure 70, thank you. What I'd like to add to that is some word stress. What words do you think you would like to add some accents to? Or what words do you feel need accents?
I know whenever there's like repeated do, it should be the first, it should be the do.
Okay, yeah.
Accent.
Perfect.
I agree with her. I was going to say the same thing about pacem.
In the phrase dona nobis pacem, do we want a specific syllable to be like the high point?
I think in the word phrase, I think pa on pacem is important because it's peace. That's what we want. Like, grant us peace. Peace is the important word, so we should make sure pa is the high point of the word phrase.
Great, that's really great. And then, so with that, when we repeat that same pattern of the first, part of this, when we go back into the dona nobis, do we want it to be the same, or do we want it to escalate a little bit? So when we, how we sing dona nobis pacem, and then we go into the next time that we repeat that same kind of idea. Do we want it to be more triumphant?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I like that. So how about we try that with the word stress on do and kind of the high peak of the phrase going to pa, and then have that add a little bit of triumphantness in the second time we repeat that. Okay? So let's start at measure 70. love showing contrast. I love the stress on the syllables, and I love the high point. That was really awesome. Can we move on to the next section then at measure 79, going into measure 73? There's a textural change. What do you guys notice from that? Or do you want to sing through it so that you can get an idea of it?
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
think through it.
Alright, so let's start. I'll give you 4, and then you guys can come in. Do you want to play their notes for them, please? Thank you. I went a little bit further than I was planning, but did you guys notice that difference between the do-na as opposed to do-na?
Yeah.
What did you guys notice? What did you feel? Mitchell?
I noticed that the parts are it's more homophonic in this section,
Mhm.
and the parts are, well, all the parts are together, so that's
Yeah.
different.
So would you say it's more vertical as opposed to linear?
Yeah.
Perfect. So what kind of stylistic change do we want to have at measure 84 from what we were doing with the do-na as opposed, I mean, yeah, at that, but when we were going do-na, which is a little bit more like, what do you think, Taylor?
I think it's starting to get more buoyant, like the beginning, like we were talking about at that section, with 84 and then going on to 85. I think it's going back to what the feel was happening before.
Right. So then how about, can we try that again and be a
Okay,
little-
good, let's stop there.
Okay.
All right, I think you had good ideas at the beginning, but too many at once. Listen for this and this and this and this and this. And we just can't keep that many ideas in our head. You know, we just listen for this and this, or whatever. Two things is probably not all we can handle. We just can't focus on that many things. You always have good gesture to match your ideas. I think your gesture ideas and your spoken ideas really match well, which is good. But once then we've done it, then you also need to focus the questions more. Some of your questions were too broad. It was hard to get at what you were asking. I felt like your question asking wasn't as clear today as it was last time. He gave good specific praise several times, which was good. Still watching the ums and the you guys. I thought like was better, I think, but the ums were still plaguing you a little bit. I thought your flow was nice last time, a little less good this time. Felt like maybe you hadn't practiced the presentation as much till it flowed. See, even when you write something down, you gotta try it.
Yeah.
You gotta say it in the air, even if nobody's sitting there, because
Right.
it takes time to figure out how to articulate. Felt like you struggled a little more with the articulation of really good ideas today than you did last time. Other things that you heard, they were good ideas, all of them.
I noticed when you were trying to figure out where your notes were, you say, what was I going to say? What was I going to say after that? I would rather hear silence because it just makes me feel unsure when you are unsure.
Okay. That makes total sense.
Yeah. And I think you said something about, do you want to, what did you say?
Oh,
Can
do
we
you
try
wanna
that,
sing
or do you
through
want
it?
to
Yeah.
sing through it?
Mhm.
Just say, measure 79, here are your pitches. I mean, just don't really give us the option. We're here to sing.
We can't handle that.
That's right. No, we don't want to sing.
I noticed, for example, with measure 83, when we did the do, not, you were singing the tenor part, which was fine. It just took me a second because I don't sing that part, so it took me a second to like figure out. So maybe just using measure numbers instead of referring to
Okay, yeah.
the
totally.
line.
Mhm.
I thought you had really good ideas.
Anybody else? Okay, great. Let's go on.